Alan. Postpartum, menopause and other female problems. Whoa! I yelled, ducking a flying urn with Trini's Aunt Clancy's ashes hit the wall and because of the ceiling fan blew back on me, and a good portion into my mouth. Trini stood heaving her shoulders up and down, as mascara ran down her tear-stained face. Shut up. Why are you telling everybody our damn business? Your fucking cousin Sherry called me, saying you asked her to cancel the baby shower, because of the delicate nature I am dealing with, then gives me the number of her damn mother-in-law's menopause group. Trini yelled. I just kept quiet and lowered my head. Trini, how could we have a baby shower? When we found out we aren't expecting a baby. I had Sherry cancel it because her friend, Leah, was the event organizer. What? You were gonna wait and fake a miscarriage? I sneered. That's greedy. And lying. I said. You know damn well I wouldn't fake a miscarriage. I am dealing with this menopause shit, but that was between you and I. I just needed time. And I don't mean time to fake a miscarriage. She gritted. Well, we both know you suffered a miscarriage 2 weeks after we got married. As I recall, that was the foundation upon which this marriage was built upon. Even after realized you lied. I stayed married to you. Yeah, I married you because you said you were pregnant. I stayed because you said you had a miscarriage. I am still here because I love you, Trini, but you need help. Truly, you have mental health issues. I looked at her. I am so tired of you. I miscalculated my period. I did think I was pregnant, but as for marrying me and staying, a mere consolation prize, we would have more than 3 kids if I was having half as much sex as you are. She slapped my face so hard. I looked at her and realized she was truly in need of help. I mean, I said that shit to her to get her to shut up. But looking at her, she does need help. But damn if she was gonna get any type of understanding from me. This crazy chick slapped me. She has to be crazy. And this is why I stepped out on her ass in the first place. She ran into the bathroom and slammed the door. I noticed she had taken her phone when I heard her cussing out my cousin, Sherry, loudly on speakerphone. She came back out, louder and more vulgar. Trini, I don't care that Alan is your cousin. He can be your greasy grandma. If he calls you again, telling my business, you need to hang up and not entertain that shit. Sherry, Trini, I was trying to help eliminate stress for you. Trying to help, but you need to calm down. Trini, see, it's this type of squandered time away from your husband. You know the squandered time it takes to make a baby of your own. And not having to raise one of the side chick that lied her and her baby protruding belly into your house claiming to be his cousin. I was horrified. Me, Trini. Baby, chill out. Give me the phone. Sherry. Don't pay her any attention. Sherry, Alan. You are always good with me. It's your lunatic-ass wife who needs help. This is way past menopausal. She is still as ignorant as the day Granny begged you not to marry her. Remember her cousins Jolie and Shasta, and her Aunt Charla have all caught battery charges. Even their adopted cousin, Chelsea, is still wanted for questioning for killing her man's fiancée. Trini, you damn right. And if you don't want your cousin Alan added to the fuck up roster, I suggest you keep your snide remarks to yourself. Sherry, Trini. Have a lovely fucking crazy kinda day. Per usual. Trini, go kill yourself. Sherry, like your mama? Yeah, I said it. In fact, that is one reason we didn't want Alan to marry your unhinged ass. That did it. Trini didn't bother closing up the phone before throwing it, and I saw it coming. Unfortunately, Sanaa had come into the room, and the phone hit her so hard across her face that it knocked her sideways into the wall. Whoa! J exclaimed, picking Sanaa up from the floor. Marisol looked as if she was about to bum rush her mom. Your daddy and I are talking. Take your asses out of here now. What have I told y'all about this wannabe in grown folks' business? Trini yelled. Y'all the ones always fighting in front of us. You put us in your business. Marisol screamed, picking up Sanaa's books from the floor. Girl, I swear if you say one more thing, I am gonna. Trini began. Well, I'm saying it, Mama. You need help. You can't go around treating us all kinds of crazy because you are going through menopause. You have been acting like this way before the baby scare. Yeah, scare. Because I would be scared for you to even have another baby. You aren't menopausal or depressed. You are schizophrenic. Adache said. Sanaa was standing behind Marisol. I took her hand and pulled her over to me. Adache, I'm gonna get y'all a room for tonight. Do you promise to watch over your sisters? I asked. Why do we have to leave? Put her in jail. Marisol glared. But it's Friday. Can we stay until Sunday? Jay asked as I made the reservation at Red Roof Inn. Sherry manages it, and charged me Trivago discount points. Jay and the girls went into their rooms to pack for the weekend. I waited until they left before I let Trini get her frustrated in check before I decided to get out of the house for a few hours myself. But just like Chuck Berry, I had no particular place to go. Trini, up with this I will not put. Alan got in my face after the ungrateful ass kids I bore him jumped ship. They knew good and damn well I didn't mean to hit Sanaa with my iPhone. It was meant to hit Alan. But the three of them just jumped up and went to spend the weekend at the Red Roof Inn. But that was for their own good. Especially Marisol's smug and spoiled ass. See, I always heard not to try to be your children's friends, and I listened and abided by that rule. To a certain extent Marisol looks exactly like me. Even at my age people see pics of Marisol and think it is a very filtered and youthful pic of me. Problem is, not only did she stand as a carbon copy to me in the looks department, she also was a duplicate in attitude, and often made me regret installing her into speaking her mind. To anyone. Mama, you could have given Sanaa a concussion hitting her with that phone. Psst, she said, standing between her brother and dad. Sanaa cried a sinister cry. Fake-ass tears. Sanaa too. Is a mean girl. I was throwing it at y'all's daddy. Who told y'all to butt in anyway? Matter of fact, since you came in so fast, did you hear what your cousin Sherry said to me? I quizzed. Well, you told her to go kill herself. Jay said. Did you miss the part where she taunted me about your grandma? My mama killing herself? I snapped. Yes, we heard, but it's facts. Your mom did kill herself. I mean, no, she shouldn't have said it, but neither should you have said the many more hateful things you said. Sanaa sniffled. Sanaa, she said that about your grandma. I scolded. No, she said it about your mom. And where did she lie? Your mom did kill herself. Your mom. She never got to be our grandma. For us. That's Graham Kelly, and Great Aunt Julia. Your mom lost the honor of ever being grandma to J. Sanaa, me, Ethan Jr. or Natica. Marisol spat. She was troubled and broken-hearted. Don't you even feel bad even for that? I asked. Why should we? We weren't born when she was going through her turmoil. That's on you and your brother. Not me, my siblings or cousins. So seems to me you are defending a woman who didn't stick around long enough to see how your life turned out. She didn't love or respect her own kids enough to make sure they would be taken care of. Nah. Even Aretha wouldn't RSE that shit. Adache said. You know what? Just let me, hear Alan call that damn hotel back and rent it for the week while I decide if I want the three ungrateful ass brats back in my house. I screamed. Adache grabbed his sisters. Daddy, we are gonna be good, school is out for the summer anyway. Plus we won't trash the room. We all have enough on our debit card monthly allowance to eat with, we do need a break. He looked at me. Bye, I said. Of course my heart was breaking, but menopause is a bitch. I wouldn't have been disappointed had Alan left with them. I went upstairs and got into the bathtub with the water scorching hot. It felt like the den of iniquity. Scalding away all the hurt I was feeling. Something was off. I could feel it, terribly off. I sat as the scalding hot water numbed my skin, and began to dissolve into the land of clarity. Maybe Alan is right. The sooner deal with my transition into menopause, the better off my husband, children, and me. Especially me will be. I honestly did want to be pregnant. Because this would be the only pregnancy that I could have actually taken an extended maternity leave. But looking back now, I really didn't need to go through another pregnancy. Big belly husband not coming to bed at night because I would have gotten so big I would hog the bed half the night, and the other half I would be like Bobby Lewis's song, tossing and turning. Any excuse is better than none. Or the old, I knocked out at Zealand's and when I woke up it was 4 a.m. and I didn't want to wake you. At least those were the excuses back in my past pregnancies. The Zealand excuse only got a pass because back then, Zealand was still married to Tarina, and she would never allow any foolishness like helping Alan or any of Zealand's other friends cheat on her watch or her house. But now there is the new wife, Yale college student turned wife, forever entertaining her hip-hop home mentality. She would have Alan auditioning wife number 2 before a divorce could take place. Truth be told, I should have been the bigger person and apologized to Alan. But I refuse. Hell, after all the shit he put me through over the years, But now that he thinks I am crazy, the fool has finally decided to act like a husband should have been acting like all these years he wasted tricking with every young tramp he could find. Especially once he got his commercial pilot's license. There are 50 states in America and he had women in at least 47 of them. Yet and still I never felt threatened that he would leave me. For one, he was afraid I would keep him away from our kids. And he is absolutely correct, I would have back in the day, but now that they have reached their teens they are all pro-daddy. Second reason. He actually thinks I would physically harm them. He is wrong on that. Unlike my cousin Charla. I am not homicidal. Nor am I like my mama suicidal. I am simply depressed and I have dealt with it by not dealing with it. But Alan is gonna regret the days he did me dirty. He is feeling bad now because he thinks I am 2 sandwiches short of a picnic. Nah, I am simply menopausal, but as I sat soaking in the tub, Alan had peeped into the bathroom and propped the door slightly cracked, as if I was gonna commit self-murder. But after a while I heard him snoring. I got out of the bathtub and got into my nightgown. I crawled into bed behind my husband, dead set on enjoying the temporary empty nest with him while the kids were away. I know I have been acting crazy lately. But it is nowhere near as crazy as I would get. Only days later, courtesy of a former classmate, who until 3 years ago was sharing a hotel room with my husband, using frequent flyer miles, Diane Dixon, or as all the friends whose men she thought she was sexing on the quiet, she was known as Dirty Diana. Way before Miss Ross was boss and did Flo, Mary and Cindy wrong, the Princess of Wales' marriage fail, and the King of Pop ever made the phrase a household name. Dottie. Signed, sealed and delivered. My little fat belly baby girl was snoozing upon my chest. We had had a long day. My sister Marilyn finally got custody of our sister Nina, and they would be staying with Riri and myself until Marilyn found a bigger apartment in the same building. Our brothers and dad know that Nina is with us, but we haven't heard from our mom in 2 months, which is when she stopped speaking to Marilyn and me for getting together with Carrie and Clark, and taking Nina out of a mental institution that she had no business being in. My dad spent the day with us to celebrate. Of course I never even thought to invite Mom. She is pissed that she will no longer have Nina's money from her attack coming in anymore. It was not even midnight, and although my sisters and I were glad to see each other, we were dog-tired. And the rain had begun to fall, lulling me into a deep sleep. The next day I woke up. Barry and Joyce were knocking at my door with a truck filled with the baby furniture they had promised me. It looked brand new, but they claimed to have had it in storage for years. Nina and Marilyn were in awe of the furniture and began helping Barry set it up in my room since my room was huge. My sisters were sleeping in the second bedroom, but I had no intention of putting Riri in her own room until she was at least 5. Good thing I am not seeing anyone. Wow, this is beautiful, but you are pregnant yourself. So what are you gonna do? Nina asked. Well, we moved into a bigger place and we wanted to enjoy the fruits this time. Last time we had no money, but now we are gonna lace our baby's room like it was in Mother-to-Be magazine. Joyce said. Well, this is amazing. Especially the way the bassinet transforms into a toddler day bed. I marveled. Well, it's in good shape. Should last a good few babies. Joyce laughed. Nah, I think she is good. Marilyn stated matter-of-factly. As soon as Barry and Joyce left Nina, being Nina didn't miss a beat. Is that your baby daddy? Or do you have dirt on this Joyce chick? This furniture has never been used. Marilyn agreed. But she knew Alan was Riri's dad. But no need bringing up my affair with Alan, or remind Nina of the fact Alan was with Runyon, the night Runyon ruined her life, while Alan left a beautiful legacy in my life. Girl, please. That man is all of 4 feet 11 inches tall and is Italian, not black. Riri is not even biracial, but come to think of it, Barry and Joyce's kids simply look like they are light-complected African Americans, almost as if both Barry and Joyce were black. I said. Well, maybe Joyce was living foul. Nina said, laughing. I didn't try to even explain to them. By some twist of fate, Alan once used this apartment as his marriage break pad. I guess I am only one link in his chain of fools. So, I am so glad to be with you guys again. Thank you for getting me out of that place. I don't see how Cousin Tamil could even recommend me being sent there. Nina said. Yeah, and every time she does something troubling, she escapes by going right back in until the warrant either is dropped or not even filed within statutes of limitations. But she has a baby now, so she can't risk that being jeopardized, even after her husband divorced her and got primary custody of the child. Marilyn added. I wasn't shocked at all to find out she tried to unsuccessfully kill herself, She needs more help than a husband and child could give her. I just can't believe she almost had my ass killed for dating the man 9 years before she even met him. At least I know the kind of roommate not to trust once again," Marilyn said, omitting the 2 roommates she had in college and as co-workers in Mary's place east. "Well, I am in no hurry for either of you to move out anytime soon, so if the wait is longer than expected, feel free. Besides, I have 2 built-in babysitters whenever I go out," I teased. "Well, I know one thing. Riri needs to be an only child at least until she is old enough to sleep in her own room," Marilyn mused. "Her own room? Girl, please. Y'all 2 chicks won't be gone anywhere by then." I laughed. "Child, please. I am not trying to live with either of y'all twisted sisters forever. Shoot. I'm gonna find myself a man." Nina sked. "Girl, please. No man deserves the fate known as Nina Mae McKinney Barnes." Marilyn laughed. "Anyway, I'm about to go take my midday nap with my niece," Nina said, picking up my baby out of a soundful sleep and making them both comfy on the boneless sofa in the bedroom she shared with Marilyn. Wow. Now I remembered what feeling blessed felt like, until a blast from the past appeared in my peripheral. Stephen Allen Kelly Sr. Allen. Not gonna be too many sons of a bitch. I had just walked into my own house. I stopped in my tracks to find most of the furniture had been sawed in half by 2 high-powered chainsaws, and what looked like the baby furniture Monica had picked out, except the bedding was different. It was mint green, whereas the one I purchased for Dottie's baby. "You no good son of a bitch. A baby, Allen? You out here getting bitches pregnant and buying furniture under the pretense it's for your sister. Who the is this bitch posing as your stepmother? Your ass doesn't even have a stepmother. Your parents been married since Noah picked the only 2 blacks to ride in the back of his ark," Trini said, foaming at the mouth. "What are you talking about? Stepmother? I never had a damn stepmother, since you know that shit. You oughta know I haven't bought any baby furniture. Or have a baby." I lied. "Well, Diane said some old resurrected street hoe claimed to be your stepmom and you gifted her daughter, your half-sister, with the very same layette I bought when I thought I was pregnant." She huffed. I was pissed. Had Joyce ran off at her loose-ass lips, still salty about me sleeping with Diane? Or did Diane say something in reference to what Joyce and I used to have? Either way, it was stupid. I wasn't cheating on them. I was cheating on my wife. And they should have known the red flag. I was out there. "Who?" I asked, waiting to hear Joyce's name. But instead Trini said, "Some Lynn Whitfield-looking wannabe rich-ass cougar." I knew right then and there. It was Monica. But I wasn't even mad. I just went into my bedroom and got an overnight bag. "Oh, so you gonna run and stay at the motel with the kids too, huh? What about this mess?" Trini screamed. "I came home to relax. I planned on relaxing. I didn't plan on manufacturing kindling out of baby furniture that we don't need," I said. "Bye. Run on to the hotel and enjoy a week with our kids. Without me. Have fun," she yelled. "Yeah, but not at the hotel. Yael is out of town. Gonna hang out at Zealand's until I decide to come home. If I do come home." I walked out the door, hearing a glass object being thrown against the back of it. I got into my car and drove towards Zealand's. On the way there, I saw Dottie and her baby getting into Dottie's car, both dressed like something out of a magazine. Yeah, maybe just, nah. I will stick with the devil I know.